Hey, good evening, everyone. My name is Skarnavara. I am the Drama King, where life is drama, drama is life, and I talk about dramas and novelas, and sometimes some real life situations as well, without being an intention of being a drama channel, but just someone who gives his own perspective and points of views of certain topics. All right, today I know this is something another video that I also not plan on doing, but I feel like it's important for us to do. Talk about it. It's hashtag Free Britney. And for anyone of those who don't know the hashtag or anything like that, Britney Spears has been under conservatorship since 2008, which means it's been over 12 years since she has handed her rights down for her father, Jamie Spears. And many of us know Britney Spears as For Baby One More Time, Oops, Lucky, Work Bitch, If You Seek Amy, Circus, Give Me More, and many other hits. And we've all known her for being the pop princess, for being a choreographer for her Vegas residency stay, and many more, even being a judge on the X Factor. But imagine if if you couldn't access your money. Imagine if you couldn't see your kids. Imagine if you are forced to say things that you cannot say. I know a lot of people are like, wait a minute, what's going on? And I know a lot of people understand this, but conservatorship, usually it's mostly on elderly, but even it can happen for anyone, especially young adults or even adults who may not have any capacity to handle certain tasks because of illness, because of certain, for any specific reason. And it is basically you're handing over your rights to someone who can be a legal guardian. It can be either a family member or a social worker or somebody that you may or may not know. And there's even been cases of conservatorship abuse over the last few years, especially with the elderly community. And people are gonna probably ask, what does this got to do with Britney Spears? Unfortunately, though, under what she's going through at the moment and for the last few years, even though many of us didn't think what we thought what is now, and especially in 2019 when the hashtag Free Britney movement has started, especially in WeHo, where there was a protest. It's been trending and has been talked about ever since. And imagine having millions and millions of dollars, having sold out concerts, and cannot even go get for a drink at Starbucks. I'm gonna talk to you guys about what had happened ever since her breakup with Justin Timberlake around 2002. Things haven't been the same for Britney Spears, and even though with having hit albums like In the Zone, especially during the whole Madonna, especially when Madonna and Britney kissed, as well as Christina Aguilera, things like a lot of people were questioning her at that moment when she married Kevin Federline and became a mom of two boys and shaved her head and was hitting a paparazzi's car. And imagine and just being under so much scrutiny and just couldn't take it anymore. And I now realize even I'm an idiot for believing what the media says, but at that moment though, there's just a moment though where you just cannot take it anymore. And in 2000 and around that time, especially with the Blackout album and Give Me More, and just especially with the writing, especially with what she was going through and being questioned and people questioning her parenting skills, it seemed like everyone in the media was just doing a Britney watch. And in South Park, though, they were talking about Britney Spears' state and everything like that, and it was far from a parody, but it just shows you like how the media just were lucrative and were just cashing in to see what's going on. And it's not just her, but many celebrities have been through that, and especially in the quote unquote train wreck period, especially that period though where it seems like you don't know what to do. And around that time though, you even though her father was singing for it was a 1 year conservatorship in which one Jamie in which one her father would be able to finance would be dealing with her affairs and her finances and hopefully get her back on the right track. Especially around the period that she released 4 more albums. Circus was like her post how do I say this? Her post chaotic period, as many would say. But even during the time that she was having a Vegas resident, even during those 12-year mark that she had her Vegas residency, her lingerie line, being a judge on the X Factor, being a character on a hit TV show, and just so on and so on. But even during that time, though, she couldn't even use her real singing voice, especially dealing with labels, with the label control, with being controlled by the label, and just being forced to use the same voice over and over and over again, even to affecting your vocal cords. And even though her singing voice, her real singing voice is different from the one we are sold to believe this is, it also led to just realizing like what she's really going through, and just leaving what everybody else says and realizing, wow, I can't believe it. Why would someone with so much money, so much fame, has went through so much and still cannot live the life as she wants? And especially during the time though she was in a mental health in a facility out in LA, which there has been 1-star reviews which I saw on Google today, and it seemed like her father just is doing damage control on her, especially making her forced to take medicine, even hitting one of your own kids. So much going on, so much shit going on. I'm just like, if she had family members, where are the neighbors? Where are the friends? And saying, wait a minute, she's going through something. We need to like really go call for a welfare check and see what's going on. And I really hope that they do open an investigation, because I feel like there's so much stuff going on. And I believe she definitely is going through a lot. She's definitely is being held against her will, and just especially on her social media though, it seems like she just doesn't want to be there anymore. She just is tired, and just my heart goes out to her. And it also shows you like how abusive many of these conservatorships can be, and like not handling handling your money the wrong, mishandling your money, and just basically just not going to vote, not being able to see your kids on a regular basis. Just I cannot imagine what she's going through, and the fact that everybody has her in this leash for so long just breaks my heart. And realizing like, what the hell is going on? What the fuck? And it's insane. And there's even an audio released in which one she talked to her she was talking to her lawyers, and it just shows you like the state she's really in. And my gosh, I really hope something doesn't happen to her. And this is just devastating to hear what is happening, and there's many cases just like her, and I know, like, wait a minute, but she has millions of dollars and she has done so much, and yet she's being under the hands of someone who she thought she could trust, and it's insane. But there's many cases that are just like her, and and they may not have like make much money, and some of them maybe people who are senior citizens, or just those who don't have who aren't in the best conditions that they can be in. It's not just elderly adults who deal with conservatorship. It's also adults who just, as I said earlier, who just aren't in the right state. And it's insane. And I feel like it's time where we really have to talk about conservatorship abuse and realizing what can people do to ask for legal to get the legal help they deserve. And I think one thing though is to always seek legal advice. In case if your family member or someone that you know is in your guardianship, but if you are suspecting any sort of abuse, foul play, or anything going on, though, we're going to also talk to a legal firm in which one you can talk, and you can just let them know what is going on, or even talk to authorities to see if they can do a welfare check. But then sometimes though it's not the most reliable. But I did find some resources talking about conservatorship and conservatorship abuse. If anyone wants to look forward to it, and there's many just like her who are dealing under this, and insane. And not only that, but some of them were robbed of their money. Some of them ended up dead. So many cases, and it's just like you think you found the cure, but then the cure turns out to be just as worse as where you first started, and it's insane. But I really hope that her father gets locked up, because I believe that he's not just taking advantage of her. I think he's just abusing her from all angles, not just emotional, psychological, but even physical. And I'm sorry, but there needs to be another investigation under Jamie Spears, because I think he is, and just Sam Ashbury and just people who are around her and noticing what the hell is going on. And I believe there needs to be charges pressed, because it seems like she's being held against. She seems like not just against her will, but just being under damage control. And I cannot believe what she's going through. And imagining, and even knowing this though, even though like my case, even though I can go to Target, go to Starbucks still, but then I'm like, imagine people not being able to go out anywhere. And it sickens me, because as someone who has spoken at conferences, someone who has traveled, and someone who works with people who have the same condition as myself, because I have autism, and those who also within the neurodiverse range as well. But it also seems that it's crazy that you don't have any rights to your own life. Somebody always has to tell you what to do, what to say, and it's devastating even for me, especially the whole outbreak and many things like that though. And I'm like, this is crazy. But I really hope that the Free Britney movement continues, and I really hope that it hopefully raises eyes and just talk and just have discussions about the problems with conservatorships, and knowing what it can do. Conservatorship can knowing what to do when this happens, and just even talking, and even hopefully in regards to mental health, mental health, emotional health, so many things, and how this type of abuse can affect someone's life. And I really hope Britney Spears gets out of this, just like many who are dealing with this going on. And I'm gonna provide some sources though, in case if you are someone who is dealing with it, or someone who you know is dealing with it. can access this and realize what is going on, and hopefully get a chance to look at it. I also added a John Oliver's clip where he talks about guardianships as well, and just realizing that this has got to stop, and we need to end conservatorship abuse. And if there's any sources that you want to add, or if there's any thoughts, questions, or concerns, please let me know in the comments down below. Please like and subscribe, and free Britain.